I'm going to talk about frozen shoulder, what it is, why it happens, and a couple of exercises that you can do to help yourself if you've got it. You have a capsule around your shoulder joint, okay? Normally the shoulder will sit a little bit higher than this into the joint, but it's coming through the front of the shoulder, over the top, round the back, and even the underneath. When you get frozen shoulder, you get little adhesions in the capsule. Underneath your arm, underneath here, you have a little extension of the capsule that normally would allow your arm to come right up so you get full stretch through that extension. But in frozen shoulder, because of the adhesions, it gets stuck together, which means that you can't actually get the arm up into the air and up into space. So it restricts generally this movement, and even more so, and usually I find in clinic, the last one to actually return after you've had it is actually rotating your arm out. You usually struggle with getting your arm into a jacket or a coat. It hurts a lot at night, and even actually if someone can assist you with the arm, getting the arm up into the air, you still can't get it up there. So you usually have a couple of different stages through frozen shoulder. So you can have a painful stage where it hurts an awful lot, like I say, the pain at night, can't really move it, just constantly aches and just feels incredibly uncomfortable. Then you can get where the pain subsides, but actually you've got the stiffness still, so you still can't get the arm up into the air and you still can't rotate that arm. You find that a real struggle. And then the last stage is where that's easing off and the pain is gone and you're slowly starting to get that movement back. The trouble with frozen shoulder is they still don't really know, or we still don't really know what the causes are. So I will say that there's I think a 10 to 20% increase with people who have diabetes or thyroid issues. But I would say in clinic, usually female, usually over 50, and usually it can be because you've had a previous injury or a painful shoulder, or an injury that's caused you pain in your shoulder. Because of the pain in the shoulder, generally you stop using the arm. So if you've had some pain, maybe a tendonitis or an impingement or something like that through the shoulder where you've got pain, you can then stop using it as efficiently and as well, and stop doing those reaching up movements and out to the side because it's painful. But the problem with that is that over time you get that stiffness, and I would say in clinic I see that a lot where people have had that problem and they've stopped using the arm, and then you end up with the frozen shoulder. So the key thing is to get it moving. If you've got frozen shoulder, you need to get it moving, even if it hurts. And I know that sounds like terribly mean of me, but it really is the only way to get it working. The best outcome I've had in clinic with frozen shoulder is I had a lady who was a musician. She played cello, and she really desperately needed to get that shoulder right within a very short space of time. 3 months. So that's quick. 3 months is quick, really quick. The longest I've seen at least 2 years. So the best thing you can do is get it moving. Get it moving. So here are the exercises. The best way to do this is pop your fingertips onto a wall, okay? Find a free wall, and then you're going to use your fingertips to walk up. Now with frozen shoulder, you'll find it incredibly hard to just lift the arm without any sort of support or assistance. So if you can just pop your fingertips on the wall and then use that wall to actually lift your arms up. And it's a good idea to do both, because you can then measure how good or bad the side that's got the frozen shoulder is. And it's a great little mobilization, and you can walk back down through your fingertips as well. Now you really want to repeat this at least 5 times up and down, and you should find each time you get a little bit further and a little bit further. Now the thing to be careful of is that as you get to the top here, what often happens when your shoulder isn't moving is, if it's your right shoulder, for example, you'll start to do this. You'll hitch up through the shoulder blade and do that because you can't get the movement through your shoulder. So just to be aware, you want to try and bring that shoulder down. Now I know that will be very hard to do when you've got frozen shoulder, but anything that you can just help to free that off, feel at ease, and try to just sink that shoulder blade down a little bit, you will get a better mobilization through the shoulder if you can do that. So this is climbing the wall. The second exercise is just a mobilization through the shoulder. Now, if you're in the worst stages of frozen shoulder, you won't be able to do much mobilization, and the thought of it will just make you cringe, let alone even giving it a go. But this is very simple, very easy. Now ideally you want to have a little bit of a weight through your hands. So that can be a dumbbell or as I've got here, just a tin or something out of the cupboard, just so it creates a little bit of traction through the shoulder and through the arm as you mobilize through here. So you want to just bend slightly in a forward position just so you can get a bit of space, and you're just going to make little circles with your arm. Now you can start off with about tennis ball size, just going around. Now the idea here is that you let the arm drop. Okay, when you're suffering with a frozen shoulder, it can feel very tense and you've got to try and, like you're trying to hold on to it. But you just need to let the arm drop because you're trying to create that little bit of traction through the joint. So you want to just do maybe 8 circles one way, tennis ball size, and then 8 circles back the other way. And you're just letting that arm relax through there, okay? Just so you can feel that mobilization, and it shouldn't feel too extreme, it should feel quite easy to do. Now if you're comfortable enough and capable, you want to make that circle a little bit bigger, maybe a football size, and just slowly try and mobilize through that. Now if you're in the worst stages, you might find you need to just keep with the small tennis ball size. But as you're warming that shoulder up with this mobilization, you should find you can push it a little bit, and you will need to push it a little bit to get that mobility back. If you stay within the range of it being not painful, you will not progress. It will take a long time to heal, and ideally you do want to get advice from an osteopath or a health professional, just to be absolutely sure you have got it, and also to get that mobility through it first of all to help you, because it is very difficult on your own. But these 2 exercises will help a lot to get you moving and get you going.